Hello there and welcome to the lesson on traversal techniques. So the two techniques that we have for traversing the tree are BFS, that is breadth first search, and DFS, that is depth first search. So before we start with programming, it is important that we actually understand by the idea what breadth first search and depth first search are. So basically this is the breadth first search versus depth first search. Let's consider the two identical trees and see the breadth first search and depth first search traversals on each. So every time when we traverse in tree, we start with the root. So if we start from the root, the breadth first search traversal has the idea that we will try to cover the breadth first. So breadth is from left to right. So what will happen is we will first visit to this node from root and then this node from root. Then we will go down and we will visit all the nodes from left to right. That is breadth first. Then again we will go one level down and we will cover all the roots from left to right. So what we are doing is we are trying to cover the breadth first, and this is the breadth of the tree. And if I were to talk about levels, this is level 1. So what we do is we go down a level, cover the breadth first, then we again go down one level. We are at level 2 now, and what we do is we cover the breadth first, then we again go down and then we cover the breadth first. Before going down the level, before we go down the height of the tree, what we do is we cover the breadth first. So if these were the branches coming out, what we are doing is we are going one height down and cover all the nodes that are on that height. So that is the idea of breadth first search. Now let's take a look at depth first search. Firstly, before I start with depth first search, for tree we have specifically 3 subdivisions for depth first search, and namely pre-order, in-order, and post-order. So we will look at that later, but what the idea of the depth first search is that unlike the breadth first search where we are going one step down the height and covering the breadth first, the idea is to go all the way to the deepest level, the depth or height or the deepest level, whatever you want to call it. Just try to go to the depth first instead of going for the breadth. So again we start from the root. Now we will go depth first. So say we start from left. What we do is we go to the depth, again we go to the depth. Now we hit a node from where we cannot go any further down the line because there are no nodes or branches coming out of that node. So what we do is we come back to the node that is above it. So we come up, so we are now again back to this node, and what we do is we will try depth first search for other node. So again we want to go to more depth, and we have already visited the left one, so this time we will try the right one, and again we will go to the depth. Now again there is no possible depth for this node, so we come up. Once we are up, again we will go try going to the deepest. Now there is no other node to go from here, so we come back. Again we have visited all both the nodes available. There is no way. We go up back to here, and then now there is no choice, so we come back all the way to the root, and now we are going to go to the unvisited depth that is available. We go here, and we go depth to all the way till here. Again we will come back up, visit the right one, come back up, and up. Nothing left, so we end the depth first. So It is essential to just get the understanding of the difference between the breadth first search and the depth first search. Is that what we are trying to do is we are trying to cover the breadth first. We are not trying to go to the deepest node. We are going to we are trying to traverse in the order of height. We are traveling, imagine like climbing a tree. What we are doing is, or imagine like there is an elevator on the tree. We are going on first floor, visiting all the rooms, then to the second floor, visiting all the rooms, something like that. And in the tree, what we are in the depth first search, what we are trying to do is we pick any branch and we go all the way to the end of that branch. Could be the 11th floor or the 12th, whatever 11th height. It could go all the way up to the sky. It doesn't matter. What we are doing is we pick a branch, we go to all the way to its deepest point, then we come back again and see if there is another branch coming out and there is a possible way to go into the depth. And in doing so, we start returning down the branches, and essentially we reach the root again, exhausting all the nodes, having been visited all the nodes, and in the order we have done the depth first search. So in the depth first search, I said that there are 3 subdivisions: the pre-order, in-order, and post-order, and we'll look at them when we will talk more about depth first search. But for now, let's implement these approaches in our code and implement them on our tree data structure. So next up, I'm going to move to my editor and implement the breadth first search and the depth first search.